Today we're going to be working on our lip sync exercise. We are using a template called sync.fla to create a short animation of a face mouthing along to the words in our provided audio. We'll be using a feature that we haven't used before called the frame picker to achieve this. So first I'm going to show you the final product.
You don't talk very much. You don't talk very much.
So we have 75 frames at 30 frames per second, so 2.5 seconds of audio and animation. The audio is from Disney and Pixar's Up. We'll listen to it one more time.
You don't talk very much.
So we have here 3 layers: our audio layer, our mouth layer, and our face layer. We have all of our keyframes on our mouth layer, so this is where we're doing the animation. The face layer is locked because we don't need to move it. And the audio layer has no keyframes on it, but it does have a WAV file or a waveform. So let's go ahead and open up sync.fla if you haven't done so already and take a look. So we have the same folders: audio, mouth, and face. But the first thing you might notice is that our audio layer is empty. We have the same layers: audio, mouth, and face. But the first thing you might notice is that there's no audio. So if I play it, I get 75 frames of silence. I'm going to go to my audio layer, select it, go over to my library, and choose talk.wav, which is our waveform file. I can't drag it to my timeline, so I'm going to drag it directly to my stage. And now I have
You don't talk very much.
a piece of audio. If I play it,
You don't talk very much.
sounds good. 75 seconds. When you move your
You don't talk very much.
scrubber through the timeline, you can hear the audio.
You don't talk very much.
This is going to be super important for when we start timing out our lip syncs. So, a few things. When you insert your audio, you may not have it play right away. If we go to our properties, select our audio layer, which selects all of the frames within it, you will see that there is a section called sound. By default, this is set to event under sync. This has to do with the fact that Adobe Animate, formerly Flash, was used for web stuff, and you would have sound on click or on enter or whatever other thing. We want our sound sync to be set to stream, which means that we want to be able to hear it the whole time. So if I have it on event and I play it,
You don't talk very much.
it will play once, but I can't scrub through, and I can't start from anywhere but the very first frame. So we want to make sure that our audio properties for talk.wav are set to stream.
You don't talk very much.
The other thing you want to double check is that you don't have the audio layer hidden. If you have the audio layer hidden, it will mute the audio. So unhide it,
You don't talk very much.
and there you go. Last thing you want to make sure is that you don't have any extra keyframes. So if you accidentally set a keyframe on your audio layer, what you will find is that it stops playing where your keyframe is set. Sometimes this is nice because maybe we don't want to listen to the entire audio, maybe we only want to use part of it. But in this case, we want all of it.
You don't talk.
So clear any keyframes that are in the way of your audio playing. All right, so the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to create our visemes. Visemes are the mouth shapes that we're going to be working with. If you are working from our instructions, you will see that there is a guide, 2 guides to visemes there on those instructions. So the way that we're going to do this is we are going to double click into our mouth symbol to open up the symbol itself and edit it. And what I've done for you here is I have already set your blank keyframes for everything and labeled them so that you know which viseme to draw where. So neutral is already there, so you have to draw the other 12 visemes. We've got A, E, O, U, D, V, S, L, and then the closed mouth. So what you will need to do is on each of these frames, you are going to need to draw the correct mouth shape. I'm going to hop back over to my completed one here. Whoops. And show you what that looks like. So, neutral, A, E, O, U, D, V, S, L, and closed mouth. Another thing you can do is you can go up here to the top of your timeline, and where you would normally change this to be able to see more, we can go to preview, and you can see the drawings of each of these mouths. Important to remember as you're drawing your mouths is that when we open our mouths up, what actually happens is that we lower our jaw. We drop our jaw down. The top part of our skull does not actually ever move. It's just the jaw that drops. So when we drop our jaw, we're pulling our lower lip downward, which opens the mouth. You want to make sure that the upper lip of your character is aligned throughout. That way it looks like the character is dropping the jaw rather than just opening the mouth. I have a slightly better example of this with the complex character here. If we take a look at Leilani here, you will see that I have done both mouth and chin to show how the mouth opens and the jaw reacts. So we have each of these, the ones where the mouth opens wide enough, we open the mouth and we drop the jaw a little bit. You don't have to do this with our simple example. Just wanted to show you why it's important to sync up that top lip. And you can do that as you're drawing by using our good old onion skin. So I'm going to turn this back to standard so that I can see my labels. And I'm going to do my ah. So let's select black. Just going to use my classic brush tool, leave it in merge mode, and I'm going to do my best here to do an ah. Not fantastic, but there it is. Ah. I can go back in and fill it in later. Using my neutral and my ah, I'm going to do my E. E automatically kind of brings your mouth up into a smile. You're mostly showing teeth. like so. All right. So you're gonna do that until you have all 12 of your visemes as well as your original neutral.